Well, I would say it was the best investment of my life because I was really in a bad place and I was just overwhelmed with any task, I would say. And now I feel like, okay, I have really the clarity of where I want to be in my life and what I want to do. And I feel at peace and I have my energy level back. So I would say, why shouldn't you invest in it? What are you missing? And if you consider it already, there is something in your life that you're missing. So give it a shot and then reevaluate. Because for me, I can say only for me, when I look back at where I was when we started, it's a complete shift of my personality and my mindset. And that's not only me who recognized it, but also the people around me. And I
Yeah.
saw
Oh,
that. Yeah. And also I saw that so many new ways opened up for me during our time, which is just incredible. And I didn't think of that.
hello and welcome everybody to this interview with one of my most amazing clients. I'm here with Sandra. And so how are you?
I'm fine. Thank you. How are you, Lisa?
I'm doing amazing. And you had some really powerful results in our coaching so far. So I was thrilled to hear that you're open to share your results with other people today and also share some of the insights you've learned so the person who is watching can also learn from this for their own life. So maybe we just start by you introducing yourself. So please share with us who you are and what you do in your career.
Yeah, so my name is Sandra. I'm a mom and I'm also an entrepreneur. And so I have my own company, which is a wholesale company. And yeah.
That is so inspiring. Yeah, Sandra is a mom and an entrepreneur. So she was facing certain challenges. And now let's talk about actually where you were, in terms of your career and your energy level and your fulfillment before we started working together when we first talked.
Yeah, so before we started to work together, basically my energy level was, I would say, at a 4 out of 10, so more on the lower side. And my career and generally my vision was lacking clarity. So those were like my main points. Just because of that, I wasn't feeling fulfilled. So this
Yeah.
is where you helped me, Lisa, a lot.
Yeah, there was some alignment missing where you
Yeah,
wanted to be and where
exactly.
you were, and that caused that constant
Exactly.
not feeling fulfilled. So what do you think was the main thing holding you back when you decided to join my coaching program?
So what was holding me back, I think I was missing structure because since I was a new mom, there was just so much or so many things going on. So it was hard for me to really adapt to the new life and structuring my life. So managing having a baby and also my business was something that I needed to get accustomed with. And I would say that this was the main point.
Yeah, yeah. And again, so incredible how far you've come. Now tell us a little bit about, how this problem was impacting your career and, also your life and your well-being.
Yeah, because of that, I felt overwhelmed very easily and I was missing motivation and energy. So even the smallest tasks were really hard for me. And this was a side of me that I just didn't know. So it was like anything, like just even, I don't know, cleaning or whatever in the house was a really big task for me that I just couldn't manage. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that state of overwhelm.
Yeah.
And I'm also curious, what were your biggest concerns or maybe fears in terms of, reaching out and getting help and doing really one-on-one coaching with me?
Well, I think the main point was at this point where you like feel overwhelmed. Sometimes it's hard to know like where to start.
Right,
So just the step of really reaching out to you was a big step for me, but I wouldn't
right.
say it was really fear of coaching. And for me, at this point where I decided that I want to reach out to you, I knew that I needed to change something. So it just couldn't go on like that. So this was the first step, and I needed that I need to do something. And I knew that you did great things for other people. So I said to myself, I need to give it a try.
Yeah, and I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did. And
Mhm.
I want to commend you for having that courage, right? It takes a lot of courage to invest in yourself. I know every time I invest in myself, fears come up first and you're like, oh my God. So yeah. And what are, the top 3 things that you have really learned from your time in coaching so far that, made really the biggest impact for you?
Yeah, so what made my biggest impact is really my number one secret weapon, which is working out. And I need to do this at least 3 times a week. And if I do this in the morning, it just really helps me to clear my mind and structure my day. So that is really my secret weapon. And I think I knew it, but it really became clear for me. And this was very important for me. The second thing is really what I learned from you is having the right tool set. So for every problem that I encounter, so saying just controlling my mindset, that was very important. So when I knew like, okay, I'm right now in a bad phase or in a bad mood, this is the tools that I can use. So this was very important. And the third is really the clarity over what I want to do with my life. This helped me just to understand like where I want to go with my business, but also with my personal life.
Right. Yeah. And thank you for sharing. And everybody watching here, is really clarity is very linked to confidence, right? If we have clarity,
Yeah.
we can be more confident. We know where we're going. We know who we are. We feel like we know who we are better. And also it increases productivity because we're going in the right direction. So clarity is really one of the foundations for peak performance. And also love for you to share, what are your kind of tangible results that you have, had, that you have seen from implementing these, the results that you have achieved in coaching that you're most proud of so far?
So saying that, I would say 9 out of 10, I feel really at inner peace. And at days where I don't feel at inner peace, I know what I need to do. And sometimes it is because I'm too lazy to work out. So those are the days where I'm just not at my inner peace. And that just changed the way I interact with my husband, my friends, the people I work with.
Right.
So this was really a shift of my personality and just feeling at inner peace and accepting like this is the situation right now. And I know that it will become different, but this is just where I'm at. This was very important for me, just not to feel stressed about where I'm not right now. I just feel confident in what I'm doing right now because I know that this will get me where I want to be. So this was very important, feeling at inner peace. Second, just having the energy level to do whatever I want. Like I said, I'm a new mom, so sometimes you have sleepless nights, and having the tools, knowing what I need to do just to get my energy up was also like a big game changer for me. So those two things really helped me to navigate through anything in business, anything in life, because yeah, I just feel like at inner peace, and I know that anything is possible, but I needed to first fix those two things to be able to think like that.
That is so incredible. And how are you going about some things that I remember, planning your week and getting organized? How has that shifted for
Yeah,
you?
sure. True. So when we started, as I said, a lot of things felt just overwhelming for me. So what I really like to do on a Sunday is you told me the RPM model. So really structuring out my whole week, understanding like what is really important and where is my why behind all of that. That just completely changed my life. And I'm not working more. I'm actually working less, but I think it's just way better organized and I exactly know what I'm focusing on. So that just helped me to structure my life, have more free time with my baby, with my husband and my family.
That's excellent. So I'm so happy to hear that. And obviously we talked about that before. And I love also a couple big decisions that you made for your life and your business and your
Yeah.
future business. So incredible results so far. And let's talk a little bit more about, what, or who would you recommend, my coaching program to, and why?
Well, I would recommend it to anyone.
Mhm.
Why? Because there are so many things that you learn about yourself. So sometimes I think you're just not aware, like you live, but you're not aware of your triggers, you're not aware of your secret weapon, and you're also not aware of what else you can do. So with your help, I was really able to just open my mind, right? And be open to new things and just start living a different life. So I made some rules, for example, for myself, that I'm not watching TV from Monday till Friday. And instead of that, I'm reading, I'm
Yeah.
journaling, and suddenly I have like 3 hours more of the day where I can do things that I never had time for, right? So with the help, so anyone really coaching, because it will help you to get clarity in the business, but also to start thinking about your life differently, and you will be able to accomplish way more than you think.
That's such a great mindset. And yeah, it is all about, at the end of the day, the habits that we're creating, right? The
Yeah.
habits have this compounding effect. And I'm actually coming out with a habits app soon, so stay tuned for
Oh,
that.
cool. Yeah.
um, where the habits we do, they have a compounding effect in a good direction or in a bad direction. So it's the little things that make the big difference. So awesome
Exactly.
for sharing
Yeah.
that. um,
And
and
Lisa, one thing to add, if I may, but what I used to do in the past is sometimes when I knew that I didn't finish a task or I just didn't do it one day, I felt I fall in a habit loop where I just felt like, oh, okay, I'll start the next day. But with your help, I just, as you said, like you need to constantly remind yourself that every small action is very important and brings you to the big goal that you have, instead of just saying, okay, I'll do it tomorrow. It's really every action, every day, 10 minutes, whatever, but that will help you to get you really to the goal that you want. So yeah.
well said. I love that. Yeah, so true. And what would you say to someone watching who may be, scared to invest in
Yeah.
themselves, and isn't sure about, hiring a coach, maybe even for the first time?
Well, I would say it was the best investment of my life, because I was really in a bad place, and I was just overwhelmed with any task, I would say. And now I feel like, okay, I have really the clarity of where I want to be in my life and what I want to do. And I feel at peace and I have my energy level back. So I would say, why shouldn't you invest in it? What are you missing? And if you consider it already, there is something in your life that you're missing. So give it a shot and then reevaluate. Because for me, I can say only for me, when I look back at where I was when we started, it's a complete shift of my personality and my mindset. And that's not only me who recognized it, but also the people around me. And I
Yeah.
saw that,
Oh,
yeah. And also I saw that so many new ways opened up for me during our time, which is just incredible. And I didn't think of that. So yeah.
yeah. Sandra just did an amazing project for the Ukraine to help, and was on TV, right? On the radio. So,
Yeah,
so many things happened through also you uncovered the power of manifestation.
exactly.
And it is working. So that is
Yeah,
that
it
is
is.
amazing to see. Manifestation is a big thing I coach on as well. Awesome. So yeah, so now thank you, Sandra, for being so
Sure.
inspiring and sharing openly and vulnerable, like where you've been. And for whoever is watching right now, for you watching this video, if you want to explore, if or how I can help you, then you can fill out below the video an application to schedule a session with me and get on a career clarity call together. And we're going to create a 3-step action plan just like I did it with Sandra, to figure out your biggest obstacles and how to achieve your vision as well. And now, Sandra, congratulations again for all the results you have achieved so far in our coaching. And I can't wait to see where this is going in the next few months. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lisa.